Good morning, guys. Good morning, everyone.
Morning, sir.
Okay, so we have another session for today. How are you?
Good.
Everything is good?
Yes.
Okay, before we proceed to our topic for today, which is prepare weld materials, uh, I need someone to lead the prayer. Si, Kimi. Okay. So, shall we start now? Okay. So our main topic for today is prepare weld materials. So which is very important when it comes in qualifying welders. Okay. Slide this. So this is our objectives. After you completed this topic, you will be able to interpret the welding procedures specification, which is the one that I gave you earlier. So as a welder, you must know how to read, how to interpret the drawing inside that WPS. Okay? Next is cut and prepare weld materials. As a student, you will be able also to learn or to know how to cut your materials before you start welding. And the next is perform fit up and alignment and tack welding materials. Okay? So those are very important. Next. So this is the welding procedures specification. The welding procedures specification is a written or set of documents for producing sound welds. Sound welds means as a welder, the standard, the requirements. So in order for you to pass or to become a certified welder, okay? So this WPS is mandatory for each welder. Each WPS is written and tested in accordance with a particular code and standard. We try to look at that WPS, there is the standard which is placed in this one. You try to look. What is the standard written on the WPS? Can someone answer? What is the standard code? 3G welding AWS D1.1. Okay. So meaning to say all the finished weld that you doing after this welder's qualification test, we need to check based on that standard. All right? We need to check whatever the requirements, the quality of welding, how are you going to pass. It's already written on the code and standard. Clear?
Yes.
You have any question so far? Okay. Number 2, you see, consequences for not following a required WPS are unsafe for weldment that could endanger life, rejection of the weldment, and lawsuit. So meaning to say, if you do welding and then you did not follow what is written in the WPS, and any chances, any time, for example, you build this table which have approved WPS, and as a welder, you did not follow, anytime this one will break or collapse. So, which is cause of danger. What if, let's say this building is made of metal, and then the quality of welding is not good because you did not follow what is stated in the WPS. So anytime this building will collapse. So what will happen if the building collapse? What will happen if the building collapse?
Someone will get injured.
Someone
Will get injured.
will get injured. Very good. So As I said, as written in the WPS, this one is very important. As a welder, you need to follow what is stated in the WPS. Do you have any question?
No, sir.
Okay. Next. So, this is the details of the WPS. In the WPS, if, as you can see on the one that I given to you, this one is stated the welding process that you're going to use, the welding position, which is 3G, welding progression. So, those details are very important as a welder because let's say if I give you the task, this is the WPS. So, as a welder, if you know how to interpret what is stated on this one, so I only give this one, and then you are the one who prepare everything. As a welder, I think I will do 3G welding because in according to the WPS. So the progression is going up. Because in welding, guys, you need to understand, especially in 3G, there is uphill and downhill. So it's very simple and you are guided because it's already written. What is the progression of welding when you do 3G? Going up. Okay, very good. Going up. It's easy as a welder if you have this one. If you know how to interpret this one. Okay? The technique also, stringer and weaving. So, it's also stated here. And even the setting of current of welding machine, it's already here. Everything is in here. The joint design, it's also here. Next, I will show you the sample of joint design. Yeah, this is also the weld bead sequence. For example, this plate, you need to complete in order to this sequence, assuming this one is your plate, without welding. So, for you to complete this plate, you need to follow what is stated in the WPS. So, number one, the weld passes, which is the first pass is root pass, including the pillar metal, which is the electrode that you are going to use. And then the current setting, and then the travel speed. The speed, as a welder also, there is a required speed. When you do welding, you need to make sure your speed is in accordance to the welding procedures specification. This is very simple, guys. If you follow the WPS, you will not miss your welding. You can produce a good and quality welding if you know how to follow this one. Okay? Okay. So, this is the number, root pass, hot pass, fill pass, and then capping. Okay? Next. So, this is the joint design. So, how many degrees are required each bevel? Each bevel.
55.
How many? That is the total.
30 to 35. 30 to 35.
30 to?
35.
Very good. It's already stated here. 30 to 35. This bevel angle. So, that's the reason why if the welders didn't know how to interpret the WPS, you will get the wrong materials, the wrong size, the wrong dimension. Okay? So, root gap requirements, how many?
2 to 3.
2 to 3, very good. Root pace,
1 to 2.
okay, 1 to 2 mm. This sample sheet of metal is without root paste. Without root paste. Without root paste. It means this one is very sharp. Okay, this is without root paste. Now, according to this one, what are the required root paste? What are the required root paste? Required size?
1 to 2 mm.
1 to 2 mm. For example, this is the plate without root paste. Now, this is the plate with root paste. Did you see the difference?
Yes.
So as a welder, you need to make sure when you prepare this metal, you must have a root paste in accordance to the WPS. Okay? So, you guys understand?
Yes.
Do you have any question? Okay. So, in the drawing, you see this is the root paste. The root gap also is very important. Okay? So, next. Okay. Before we start welding also, we need to prepare or cut our own metal. So this is the one that we usually use in preparing the metal. So this is the automatic plate cutting machine. So as a welder, you need to know how to set up, how to cut the metals. Okay? So this is very simple. So yeah, you need to set the current, set the flame, oxygen acetylene. You need to set in a neutral flame, and then you can start cutting. Now, when you do the cutting, accordance to the WPS, what is the required angle? Required angle? 30 to 35. Very good. So far, everybody understand? You don't have question? If you have question, then you can raise your hands.
What if the bevel angle is above 35?
What if
What if the bevel angle above 35 degree?
more than 35
Yeah.
degrees? This is the good question. Okay, like I explained earlier, if we did not follow, because what is the requirements in the WPS? 30 to 35. So it means you're violating the rules inside the WPS. Your question is a very good question. If your welding is above to the requirements, I'm sorry. So, if the bevel angle is above to the requirements, any chances that when you complete the weld, you might get the problem because the width size of the welding is become big. Okay, this is already proven and tested. Now, if the welding bed or your final layer is the wide is not allowed in accordance to the standard, this one is rejected. Number one, it will cause of undercut. Number two, if this one, the width size is too wide, it's not accepted in accordance to the standard that we have. Because if we use, what is the electrode that we use?
70-60.
7016 size
2.6.
2.6. So the requirements, the width size, if we follow the WPS, is maximum of 20 millimeter, the width size of your welding. So if the angle become big, the size of your welding is big also. Okay? So, meaning to say, is not accepted also. So your welding size is become big. Okay, good question. Anyone can ask question?
Why must have a root face? Root face.
Okay, very good question also. If you prepared without root face, you see, this one is very sharp without root face. This one can easily melt through or burn through. Okay, so in Malay, we usually this one, you call this one bubus. This part of metal will be melted through. Okay, so in welder's qualification test, melt through or burn through is not accepted. So that's the reason why, based on the requirements, must have root base in order for you to make a good weld in root pass or your first pass. Because if you can see, the root base is in this side, become thick, become tabal, compare yung without root base. You see the difference? If you start welding here, there's no issue if you weld with root base. If you start welding without root base using the same requirements, the same current, this one will burn through. And also, the penetration at the back, the root penetration, if not burn through, is big, which is not accepted in accordance to the standard that we followed on the WPS. Okay? The requirements, at least the height of your welding is maximum of 3.2 millimeter or 3 mm. 3 mm millimeter. But without root base, this one is more than. Definitely more than. Anything? Anything? Okay, next. Okay, plate edge preparation is very important. Remove and clean the face of the bevel using angle grinder. So after coming from the cutting area, this one, there is a mill scale from cutting. You need to remove this one. You need to clean this one. Like this one. See? This is without grinding, with grinding. You see the difference? Without grinding, and then this one with grinding. Already removed. Okay? And clean the edges of the plate. So make sure clean everything. And check the bevel angle in accordance to WPS. So that's why WPS, as a welder, must know how to interpret or how to read that one. Okay? And then make sure from time to time you must check the bevel angle. Okay? Must check the bevel angle. After this demo session, we will have a practical demonstration outside. So I want to see each one of you to do the demonstration outside. Okay? Next. Yeah, this is the sequence when you do fit up this plate. Okay. So You need to place the running plate on top and the bottom of the plate. So this is, I have 2 sheets of metal without bevel. Okay. After I grind, you need to put like this. Make sure this one is close to each other. And then the running plate, you need to place on top. And also at the bottom. Okay? Okay, for example, this one. So this is the plate. You need to close together first. And then you need to put running plate. This is running plate. You have 2 running plate, top and bottom. Okay. You know, you need to close each other first. Then next, put the top on each side of the weld. You need to put top on this side and also on the other side. This side and also on the other side. Okay. So after next, tap the opposite. So this one, I tap already. Assuming I tap already. Okay? Understand? You have any question?
No, sir.
Okay. Next. So after, now we will start tacking. You remove the other part and then insert this electrode. Okay. We need to use 3.2 electrode. Okay. What is the requirements in the WPS? The root gap. 2 to 3 mm. 2 to 3 mm. So, I follow the WPS, that's why I use 3 mm. 3 mm. And then, after I insert the electrode for wire, which is the size is 3.2, then tack the running plate from number 4 and 5. Meaning to say, after this one, assuming this one, I put the electrode already. Okay. Then, that's the time you need to tack on this one. Okay, now, you already tack 4 corners. Is it enough already? No? Why you say no?
Alignment. Alignment.
What?
Alignment.
Okay, very good. After you tack each side of the plate, you need to check the alignment first. Check the alignment. Okay? If there is high-low, then you need to knock. Which one is high? You need to knock in order for you to level this plate. So, together with the root gap, you need to make sure always double check. Before you start welding, double check everything. Okay? Very good question. Very important, before you finalize the welding, then you need to check. Okay? Any question? Next. So, as a welder also, you fit up your own plate. You need to know which one is the right tools for this alignment, fit up and alignment. So 5 meters square is used to measure angle and check the square. So this is the purpose. You need to check. That's the reason why we have tri-square. Okay. This one, tri-square also. It's only the difference is color. Okay. And then the other one is the high-low gauges. If you want to make sure accurate the high-low or misalignment, this is example of high-low gauge. Okay, this is how to use. You need to place on each side of the plate, and then you can see if the plate is high-low or not. Yes, this is high-low. So that's why we need to adjust. Okay, clear?
Yes.
Any question?
So,
Next. Okay. As I said, check the plate alignment properly from root face, and then the gap. So, this is example of high-low. High-low. Meaning to say, another plate is not in misalignment. Okay, one is high, one is low. Okay. There is a consequences why we need to make sure the plate is level. Next. This is what will happen if we did not follow the alignment. Number one, improper alignment can cause incomplete penetration and lack of fusion in root pass. Okay. If your plate is not in a line, this is what will happen. Incomplete penetration or lack of fusion. For example, you do welding. The other plate is high. Okay, this is high-low. So, when you start welding, most of the problem, only one side is melting, the other side is not melting. So, this is what we call lack of fusion. You see, other side is melting, the other side is not. This is the defect that usually happen if your plate is misalignment or high-low. That's why, if you remember, we always check the alignment. The welder usually have problem if the plate is not aligned. That's why very important is the alignment. Next, the most common defect caused by surface contamination is porosity. Okay. If your plate you did not clean properly, there is a sign of mill scale, and then you start welding, chances you have porosity. So, in accordance to the standard, porosity and lack of fusion is not accepted. Sorry to say. That's why, if you want to make sure that your welding is quality and good, you need to follow the WPS. You will not miss your welding. You can produce a good and quality welding. Any question?
no.
This one understand?
Yes.
You understand? Okay. If you have some question, then don't hesitate to ask question. Next. Okay. After we done all the fit up and alignment, you start doing welding, you need to place the plate like this in a vertical position as per the WPS. Completed fit up and preparation, the root face and the gap shall be inspected prior to welding. Usually the inspector always make sure, check everything, the gap, the root gap, and then the high-low before the inspector allow you to unveil the or to take the test. Okay? Check the position of the 3G weld. Of course, that is your responsibility. You always check. And then the plate coupon is in a position, and the position of your pipe or plate welding position or jigs. So whatever stated in the WPS, we need to follow. Okay, clear? Everything is clear. You have any question? No, you don't have question? Okay, I have question. What will happen if you do welding, then your plate, the gap is too big? What will happen? If the gap is too big, what will happen to your welding at root pass?
It became big.
It become big. Very good. Ikman, what will happen if your plate is high-low? What will happen to your welding if your plate is high-low?
Like a fusion.
Bubos. And what else? Yes. What will happen to your welding if your plate is misalignment?
Like a fusion.
Lack of fusion. Very good. What else if you did not clean this one?
City.
Porosity. Very good. Okay. Next. This is the summary. Everything is very important to perform proper joint fit up and alignment to ensure acceptable weld. A lot of welders who take the WQT or welders qualification test without cleaning properly, without aligning properly, most of them failed. But if you follow everything in order, aligned in accordance to the WPS, 99% you will pass the test. Proper fit up, measuring devices, tools must be used to accomplish this task. So as a welder, you need to know how to use the tools, the right tools for the right job. Okay? Government agencies, professional societies, and associates have written guidelines for joint fit up and alignment. Code and standard and the WPS is one of the documents which is very important when certifying welders. All fit up procedures should be follow the guidelines. So very simple, the message. So as a welder, you need to follow this one. Everything is smooth, running smoothly. All right? Any question?
No.
So are you ready to do practical demonstration?
Yes.
Okay. You must wear proper PPE and then get ready, stand by for the practical demonstration. All right? Okay. Thank you. Wow. Cut. Before you cut this plate, you need to mark first. Marking. You do the marking. Then after you do the marking, after you have marked, then you strike the fire, then adjust. Okay. Set. Then cut. Open the acetylene first. Okay. Then set oxygen. Then you need to set in neutral plane, neutral. Then preheat. 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 And then this one run. Okay, good. Then stop. Then close the oxygen. Okay. Okay, very good. Okay, good. There. Okay. Then we will proceed to cutting area, grinding area, cleaning this plate. Okay, very good. Wait. Oh, okay, after cutting, then you need to remove the mill scale. Show me how to remove the mill scale. Remove the surface edges, yan. Alright, then next, this one, and then the root paste. How to make a root paste? The root paste. Yung atas. Straight, just straight, go straight. Go straight. Like this. Gimme first. Up. This up. Okay, this is how you make a good root paste. Put the top of the grinder and then go straight. Go straight. Not too slow. One go. Very good. Okay, good. Then you need to check the size of the root paste. Okay. I think she should be okay. Yes. There. You must check always, and then you need to turn like this, and then clean. Okay? Clean. Yes, from here and then this side.
One go.
Ah. Yes, you need to clean also. Ah, very good. Oh, good. Then after, you start it up now, tacking. Hmm? Okay. In order. Remove the mill scale here. Check, double check if everything is clean. Then together with the bevel, root paste, and then that's the time you will start. Both plates, you need to prepare like this. Okay? Understand?
Yes.
Do you have any question?
No.
Okay, good. First, you place the plate. You assign. You susun. And then you put the top at this side first, and then at one at this side. Check the current. Okay. Scratch and then lift up the length, the arc length. Strike the arc and then lift. Ah, very good. At the corner. Then that's it. Enough. Enough. And then on the other side. Small only. Enough. Next. To open. Then open. Insert the welding rod. Then make sure the gap is closed. Okay, good. Then you tack both corners. Yeah, you put here first.
Just
Do not remove.
Oh.
Otherwise, the gap might be closed. Okay, good. Then on the other side, double check again. Every time you tack, you need to double check. Okay. Okay, good. Then remove. Then check the high-low. Check. So which one is high?
This one.
Hmm. So you, you need to put it down. Okay. Then you put it down again. Okay. There. Again. Enough. Then check. Okay, good. Then after, that's the time you tuck here. You add tuck. Then untuck. Hmm. Okay. Okay, good. And then we need to double check. Okay, you put in vertical position in 3G. Sini. Action only. Stop, stop, stop. After you finish stacking, then you put in a 3G position. Everything check, good, the gap. Make sure in a vertical position, you align properly. Okay, then align. Okay, that's good. Then now you will start welding. After you cut everything, you double check the alignment, the high-low, and then the gap. The gap, you always make sure check before you start welding. Okay, this is 3G position. Then after everything complete, check, align everything, then that's the time you will start welding. From time to time, you need to check root pass, hot pass, fill pass, capping. Every passes need to check. Okay, do you understand?
Yes.
Do you have any question?
So we weld from bottom, right?
Yes, from the bottom, because according to the WPS, from down going up. Okay, anything? Okay, good. So after this, then you may start welding. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hmm.